There's a cat on his
Has
garage.
it ever stopped us?
All right, so where's Trusty Tony looking to drive this? Like back onto the freeway, maybe?
Well, we'll drive west until we see what happens. If there's like an entrance to the freeway, we'll take a look and see what it looks like on the freeway.
Sure, it's not too far from the town of Coldberg that Trusty Tony gets a clear look and shot at where the freeway is, and it does not appear as if it is, at the current time, crowded. Perhaps all of the traffic jamming that happened back further up the freeway prevented more traffic from getting to this point.
Seems logical to me. We're going onto the freeway.
All right, the two-lane freeway beckons. Trusty Tony swerves on at a comfortable cruising speed of
30?
30. All right. Trusty Tony begins the drive. And true to form, as you actually get onto the two-lane freeway, again, it's not that big. You're in a rural area. There's no concrete medium or anything. As you go through the meandering, hills, if not mountains, of the Appalachian Mountains, it is fairly clear. The sky, of course, looms ominously with the pregnant clouds. However, you can go at a brisk driving pace, with little concern in the way of smashing into any other vehicles. As you make your trip. Still 35?
Maybe 40. We'll try.
Maybe 40. Spewed signs, posted around here, do like to keep in the 50 range with higher speeds warning that, you might end up going off the freeway. That would be bad. You would tumble down a mountain and everything.
Does it have like runaway
I don't wanna do that.
ramps?
There are like a few exit ramps on occasion, but there's no runaway ramps, no. Not a whole lot of semi-traffic is expected right here.
That doesn't stop them.
That's never stopped a truck driver before from shooting around.
Nope. So we're going to go at a nice 40 to 45 miles an hour just down the highway.
Okay.
Enjoy this relaxing drive.
Imagine they're probably still quite far ahead, but I'll have to think on that.
He's thinking. Not only is he a rambling man, he's a thinking man.
Yeah, so what's the car trip like?
Well, without music, it's probably really quiet.
As long
Unless
as Eugene settled down from the screaming, it should be rather quiet in general.
Yeah, once Eugene eventually settles down, he's going to start singing. He does not have a great singing
What
voice.
genre?
The kitten will leave Eugene shortly after he stops screaming.
I've actually got to ask what genre.
Hillbilly country.
No.
Outlaw rock?
Hip hop?
He's in his gangster rap phase.
No.
Biggie?
Listen to
Tupac?
some Grandmaster P.
No. I'm thinking like terrible
180.
driving songs.
Like children's driving songs.
Yeah.
There was a farm who had a dog and Bingo was his name. Oh man,
And-
shut up.
Yeah, and like trying to get people to play I Spy and
No.
stuff.
Not feeling it.
Not feeling it.
Oh,
No.
that's not gonna
Darn,
stop.
it was different music though.
Okay. Anyone else?
Tony's just gonna look at the other road and try to ignore Potman singing.
Fletch is just kind of quietly sitting there petting the cat with one hand and like chin rested on the other one, just staring out the windows.
What is Fletch musing about?
He's planning,
Planning. Planning. Good. Good.
contemplating whether he thinks Colette's group actually took her little car or not.
Unbeknownst to everyone else, he planted a tracking device
on
on
her.
Colette. Yes.
As she ran by, he threw a bunch of stealth orphids on her.
Shit.
Arphids.
Yeah.
Folks end up making a good bit of time, and especially at a decent rate, especially with these roads being cleared as they were. Again, not a whole lot of traffic. By a whole lot, I mean maybe a car or two, which passes by at some point. But it really turns out not a whole lot of people want to head towards Romero, and that traffic jam, which basically caused a whole zombie apocalypse to happen right there on the freeway, really slowed people down and prevented them from reaching this point. And it's a pretty good time that you folks end up, ending off the freeway and getting onto, or have the prospect of getting onto an interstate to make some pretty good travel time.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Might have to pick up some gas soon. We're good.
Yeah, you're still fine for now. You got maybe like 35% of the tank left.
We're good, he recklessly says as the E-light comes on.
Got this. Fumes will take us another 20 miles.
Checks engines, but blinking the whole time.
Let me see.
Yeah, but
Still
that's
jump.
normal.
I can bring the bigger map on over from Old Summer Meadow that I still have saved.
Sure the door's not also ajar.
The door is not
think
ajar.
it's
The
a
door is a
door.
door.
God damn it.
Ah. Yes. Oh, that's supposed to be on the background. Change to background. Don't you move on me, you son of a bitch.
Hey, it's Lake Erie.
There we
I
go.
can see Canada from here.
There we go. Yes, you can see Canada from here.
Canada. We need to make it to the Susquehanna River.
I suppose that would be a landmark for us.
The
As we head
Susquehanna
towards-
River.
Let's see, we were heading towards Hagerstown, so we're actually going to be looking to go down towards 78 or 83 south through like the Hanover area.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Unless you have a better plan.
I believe I just pointed out the way that I know to get to Hagerstown. It's
Yep.
a factually correct way to get there.
It is
Okay.
in fact a factually correct way to get there.
Okay. How about we do this? I will move Granny back onto the map, and I will give the players temporary ownership over Granny.
Oh dear.
Oh
Replace her with
my.
Colette. You get back with all the other NPCs, Colette.
No. The dream.
So, okay. We basically need to go, I think we need to go to Sunbury, down to Harrisburg, unless you want to skirt by major cities.
I mean, we can kind of figure that out when we get down there. It looks like there's 78 would allow us to cut around it potentially.
Head to Chambersburg, maybe?
Um,
Or Gettysburg. We could go, we
Down-
could go to
down through here would be the direct route towards Hagerstown.
Hagerstown's right around here,
Sure it is.
I think. Stayed there once.
I don't know
I've only
what-
been to this section of Maryland, and Hagerstown is somewhere.
It's somewhere in this general
It's
vicinity.
kind of in this section.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good to know. Good
Yeah,
information.
so anyway, we can take the York route, which is 83, Gettysburg, which is just like a state road.
Historical.
We can
Yeah,
go through Chambersburg, which is 81.
this might be our last chance to actually go visit Gettysburg.
You know, considering that some of them rose from the graves in Summer Meadow, I don't think going to Gettysburg would be a good idea.
You don't want to fight a couple thousand skeletons?
You don't want to fight Confederate zombies. You're not American.
What is wrong with
I mean,
you?
not only do we have to deal with them not staying put, they're going to be racist as hell.
What kind of northerner are you to not want to put Confederates in the grave?
Back in the grave.
Yes, this is basically how the car trip goes.
Back in the grave. What kind of American are you?
Killing a Confederate once just isn't enough, huh?
I kill him again 130 years later. So yeah, I think we go down this road here to Sunbury.
Sure.
If need, basically follow the Susquehanna,
In all of its glory.
and then we can run around Harrisburg, then decide how we get into Maryland.
Merging again off this freeway and heading onto an even bigger road, traffic suddenly slows down a lot more for you, your travel time, as traffic begins piling up once again. Not so much in like a major like freeway blocking traffic jam. You're in 4-lane territory now,
Traffic.
but the mere concept, you have to deal with people who are puttering along, so many terrified folks, half crazed, arguments taking place, maybe people trying to take control of a vehicle, multiple hands on the wheel at once, causing it to swerve. And, it's still fairly bright out here, despite the gloominess of the clouds. So, Trusty Tony, since you're behind the wheel, why don't you make a dexterity plus drive plus 2 for me?
Can I use somebody else's seatbelt?
He did double seatbelt.
I feel like I need more seatbelts.
Okay, so it's dexterity plus drive
Plus
2.
Plus 2, yes. Alright! Yeah, fucking Trusty Tony's a goddamn ace with 5 successes.
Blind scroll gets annoying.
He drifts the entire way towards
like there is shit that's about to happen, like a car suddenly spins out, and does that fast furious shit where it's just bouncing, the truck bouncing up in the air. He Vin Diesel vrooms through it while it's up in the air before it comes back down.
Tony throws the steering wheel sideways and jumps his own SUV higher than they could jump their car.
Fucking Eugene is screaming. "Ah!" And while Trusty Tony's
He's taking it in stride.
Yeah. Trusty
Kittens
Tony
hanging from the rearview mirror, just wagging back and forth.
Trusty Tony's through clenched teeth. Shut up, Potman.
At some point, he put his mouth guard in for racing.
Don't ask.
He remembered to bring the mouth guard.
There's an aggravating strip, of nails and boards at one point. Oh fuck you, no, not this again. Swerves around it. The ass of the car swinging back, nearly hitting another person, but he pulls it back in time.
Oh hey, Hawkside update.
Thank you, Ryan. That's great.
You dated this recording.
No, that is great. That is topical. Everything up to this point has been fine, but no.
Yeah, I know
Anyway,
I had that effect.
Anyway, good time is made. Perhaps even great time. It's not to say that there aren't any obstacles on the road. It's just Trusty Tony with 5 successes is not phased at all, and perhaps it makes the others contemplative on how he has managed to fuck up other things and vehicles he's driven up to this point.
And it's like,
It's a serious question that might need to be addressed at some point.
He's got performance issues. Give the guy a break.
Performance. What was that?
Nice.
what was that?
-8 to the next check.
I will wreck the back of this vehicle.
But only the back of it
Only the back of it.
It's
will
real
somehow
drive.
become front-wheel drive.
That's right. Eugene's like, don't do it, I'm back here too. Oh, shit.
I'll turn this car around.
Yep. And obviously there are numerous, exits leading off. Obviously moments where you go elevated over small creeks, leading into the Susquehanna River. You folks end up making such great time. Ends up going several hours, and then before you get to Sunbury, right here, traffic starts to pile up, more cars, and off in the distance you can see, maybe a mile down the road, as it turns out, cars have really started to pile up because of a large impromptu checkpoint that is built in the middle with lines of those fucking fuck your tires strips out and big-bodied vehicles blocking the 4-lane freeway directly on both sides, essentially. and the littered like bodies and remnants of vehicles or people who thought they could get past a checkpoint and clearly failed because fuck you, this is the military and they don't take shit from you.
I like to think they're actually
fuck
fuck your
your-
tires brand tire strips.
Yes, like if you
Fletch,
like
would
read the little print, it's like BMF tire strips.
Fletch, would you like to show the military what we think of their checkpoint?
We think we don't go through it. What the fuck are you talking about?
The armored personnel carrier might not have the same effect with a 40mm grenade launcher as, you know, a normal car would.
So
we take one of those
spin
side
around.
roads back there.
Just launch the grenade at the checkpoint. Just leave.
Yeah, they totally wouldn't return fire.
Oh, they could try, but with 17.
You'd have to make a new check.
Yeah, I would, and I'd roll a 1 and immediately get stuck.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll
You
just
know,
turn.
it's a mile distant, you know, 5,280 feet. It's a few yards.
I guess we'll turn this around and take it off the first exit we find, and then try the backcountry roads to Sunbury.
All right. Turn
Well,
around, basically go over like the massive concrete barrier between the two. bit of body damage and some tire damage in the process. Still functioning and running.
Only need 3.
Yeah. Well, it didn't
Right.
ruin the tires. Just, you know, it's less steady than what it used to be after going over the massive concrete barrier between the sections of the freeway. All the same, you do make it over, and there are other people who are perhaps considering the same thing, but it is pretty big, and you know, you don't have anything to worry about from the military checkpoint, right?
Totally not.
No?
Not like you merry band of 4 individuals who basically fucking shoots down the trafficless side of this area and darts off the side.
Now that we're driving like a Walmart shopping cart.
Mm-hmm.
Now Fletch, he did spend some time looking at a road atlas. He does have photographic memory. He has a fairly decent sense of what roads might need to be taken in order to get back onto the freeway, perhaps around the military checkpoint, perhaps a little bit past Sunbury. The problem is that Fletch is not driving.
And every time he points at a road, they just drive right past it.
Trusty
Yeah.
Tony's like, I know this area better than you. Where did you grow up?
Yeah.
Texas or what?
Thinking
No.
ahead, if we were to stay on the road we're on right now, where would we end up?
Let's see, where you pulled off from, you could probably take some route, end up getting to Bloomsburg. So you'd be shooting off in a northeastern direction.
Do we want to head anywhere near?
It's going towards the infection.
You know, there's enough side routes and passages. You could, although those weren't depicted on an atlas, you know, Trusty Tony can find his way around. He lives in this area.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, this area.
yeah. This, you know, his cars are, well, I guess you guys are in a new county. It doesn't matter. Shut up.
I can
Yeah.
find my way around here if I wanted
You
to.
don't know Trusty Tony.
I'd like to think we've gotten to know him too well.
I know enough.
So, what role
He's
do I have
the
to do to try to
destroyer of
navigate
vehicles.
by sense of toniness?
Sense of toniness. Well, why don't we do something else and have a perception plus driving?
Instead of dexterity.
Yes.
That changed the dice. None.
None. Absolutely none.
Is there still a
But
plus
feeling-
3?
You know, we'll have a +2 bonus on this. You know, there's some signs along the way.
Yes.
Okay, 5 successes. Trusty Tony is like, well, clearly if you take this route, which takes to this little small town, there's another route, I'm sure, which takes to that small town. We can work our way around the fucking thing to get to Sunbury. It's not that damn complicated, people. Come on.
Come on.
Well, that's one way to do it. A little bit out of the way.
Basically, you
but-
guys are going to be making like a half circle around like the northeastern section of Sunbury and then ending up like south of it. That's Trusty Tony's trusty suggestion, brought to you by Trusty Tony.
$5, please.
LLC.
And then Trusty Tony taking this trustworthy car through these back roads.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Tony has certified this random car as trusty?
Yes?
Give it
I
the
am
trusty
now
seal
in
of
He
fear
fixed
approval.
it.
of my
Oh.
life.
I fixed it. Obvious it's trustworthy.
You know, these back roads and avenues are definitely far more dangerous and shifty. But with those amazing perception plus driving skills, any dexterity plus drive roll gets a +5.
Nice.
Which I will make you have a dexterity plus drive +5. Trusty Tony is so aware right now. So aware. That is not any fucking problem at all. Like, here guys, I know a shortcut. Dukes of Hazarding, like, over, like, a small creek. Like, over a conveniently located ramp. Oh my god, Tony, what the fuck?
Between two
All those random turns that GPSs tell you to take. Tony programmed the ones for this area.
Yep. Turn left here, but there's a dam!
That's a lake!
An unexpected
Trust me.
error occurred the moment I did that for no reason. That was great.
Trust me.
Yes, trust me.
You're gonna trust me, because I'm Trusty Tony.
Take
good.
my hand.
Take my...
I'm imagining Tony doing, like, what's the,
Alright,
rally
I gotta
cross?
ask you, have any of you been editing like macros and shit over the past 2 minutes? Why is my map broken again?
Oh,
Why?
because you put a giant picture on
I
it?
haven't been doing that.
No.
I don't know. I haven't touched MapTool in
I've
a
been just
while.
hanging out.
Because suddenly a Java exception error appeared, and now I can't save the map. Not that many changes have happened to it, which is why I'm directing my baleful eye towards my players. What the fuck?
The only change I made was adding the +1 and +4 to my fear test,
Right.
like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Like, has
Yeah.
there been anything that's been done recently which would cause it to pop up errors while it tried to autosave, I guess? Now I'm
The only
trying to
thing-
actual big people save?
The only person who might do was actually changing things was Ryan.
I haven't changed anything, though.
You haven't changed anything, Aaron?
Oh yeah, you know how much I edit my macros.
Absolutely.
He's editing them so hard right now.
Yep. Well, you know, it's typical that Aaron's the one who breaks things, which is why I thought I'd direct the question.
Yeah, actually, even back when I was starting to edit it, I just said, fuck it, I'll do this later.
Well, all the changes that you guys might have made since the session started, those are out the window.
All the theoretical changes.
All the theoretical random changes. If you made any macro edits, those are gone.
Oh well.
I'm just gonna restart MapTool and temporarily end the video as I pull up the server again.